In the mode, man.
All right. What's going on, everybody? You're tuned in to Season 1, Episode 3 of the Beyond the Arc podcast. My name is Braden Griffiths. I'm here with my brother, good friend, and co-founder of Run DFW TBT, Jake Ross. Jake, how are you feeling?
We're feeling pretty good. We're really excited to give y'all this episode. Shane is a really, really close friend of ours, and he's kind of, taken us under his wing recently, and we're really, really grateful, and we're really excited for y'all to get to know him more.
There's so many awesome parts, I think, about this podcast, and it's really because Shane's story is so unique. Anybody like, an NBA trainer, somebody that's that experienced in the business, that knows basketball in and out,
Yep.
There's so much that you can take away from this. Young players, professionals who work in the basketball, people who just want to get better at their game, pros. Shane's really a true professional.
Yep.
He's an amazing friend to us. He's given us so much opportunity. He's going to be a part of the Run DFW family for a long time. And I can't wait to continue to see, all that he's able to do on the business side of it, on the basketball side of it. He's truly a special person, special individual.
Yep, absolutely.
We just completed the coverage of the Luka Doncic trade. Go check that out on our YouTube at Run DFW. We post clips daily at Beyond the Arc _pod on Instagram. Daily clips from all of our episodes. Please go get tuned into that. Subscribe, like, do whatever you want to do to this. Leave a comment. Really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy the episode. Thank you for your time.
Peace.
My audio's good, Tucker. All right, cool. Perfect. Bet, let's do it. Shane, what's going on, man?
Hey man, nothing to it, bro. Just living and learning.
Yeah,
Living and
I hear you,
learning, man. How
dude.
about yourself?
Man, I'm good. I'm always good, man. You know me. I appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us and the Run DFW team, man. I think this is going to be a really good episode. I'm looking forward to learning a lot from you today, man. So
It's a beautiful studio, man. Beautiful setup. Some great people. Yeah, man. Let's get the people what they've been asking for.
no doubt, man. So I want to start. Like, you kind of got your name and everything from being one of the top basketball trainers in the area.
Mhm.
Like, how'd you get into that?
So, growing up in Tupelo, Mississippi, I was actually born in St. Louis, Missouri, but due to some parents' issues and stuff like that, we was kind of moving to Mississippi. Was where more safe. We had more family than that we related to. My mom wanted to make a really good pivot for us to like stay out of trouble. So Mississippi was like the best location. So when I got there, the first sports that we played in St. Louis was baseball and football.
Mm-hmm.
But in Mississippi, it wasn't that fond of it, and especially the area that we lived in. We moved straight into the projects in Mississippi. So the first thing we was trying to bring up was like playing baseball. Like bringing baseball to the projects for all these African American kids, like it was very uncommon. So we had to learn how to play basketball pretty fast. That's when I kind of fell in love with the basketball game. I had older brothers and older sisters that was bigger than me, that kind of pushed me into doing it. To where I was lucky enough to play middle school, high school, at a high school, the biggest high school in Mississippi called Tupelo. People know Tupelo for like two reasons. One, well, I say three reasons. One, that's where Elvis Presley was born. Two, that's where Ray Shrimmer is from, the rap group. And three, it's a big time DJ named Diplo. So all three of those people from Tupelo, Mississippi, went to Tupelo High School and played. And when I went to that, kind of played college ball after that and just kind of went on the journey to become a trainer.
Where'd you play college at?
It's a small NI D1 school called
Gotcha.
Blue Mountain Christian University.
Okay.
It's in North Mississippi, about 20 minutes from Ole Miss. So if we want to go to any type of parties or whatever, we always drove those 20, 30 minutes to Ole Miss.
No doubt.
Or we can drive about 40 minutes and go to Mississippi State. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah,
That's what's up, man. So, like, who were the first kind of, like, people that you started to train? Was it, like, kids, or how'd you start?
yeah. So I was doing bits and pieces of it when I was in college, because I kind of knew the end was coming, or if it was to come, I can always have something to fall back on. So what I did was I started working these local basketball camps. Every high school has a camp in the summertime. So I was like, man, can I just volunteer? Can I be a part of that? And you notice very quickly that these kids gravitate towards somebody who was younger at the time and also that was playing. So the first person I was like really training was like kids in the neighborhood, the Boys and Girls Clubs for free. I work out with them. They kind of jump in with me, and I just fell in love with the training part. More training and like less coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between training and coaching?
Coaching, you have to kind of like gravitate a team. You have to
Right.
get a team to buy in. I respect coaches a lot more than trainers, just because you got so many egos to put in the pot and kind of make it work and taste good. But for trainers, you can make it individual or small groups to where you're just trying to develop that certain skill that player might be very just lacking in those areas, like shooting, ball handling, defensive skills, just footwork in general. So I like that because you can kind of get more in depth with that kid.
For sure. So if a kid comes to you, or even, college or pro guys, which we'll talk more about in a minute, if one of those guys comes to you and it's like, hey, I want you to train me, what do the initial steps look like as far as you working with that player?
Yeah, always, man. Like, back then you have to actually, it's like word of mouth. It's the best way to do it. If you're a good trainer, that kid or that parent or that coach is going to find you. Now these kids can just come directly to you through social media.
Yeah.
And they're bold. They'll do it. And they'll come to you making a sales pitch like you're a college coach, but they say, hey, man, I'm just this kid that goes to this certain school. I have this many points. I want to become this better player. What do I need to do? At first, they ask you like a little question, and then they'll see some. And I say, send me some film. And if they don't have any film, it's like, well, what do you hoop at? Do you play open gym? Do you have a rec team? Do you have an AAU team? And then I go check that kid out. If that kid just shows me that he has heart, that's enough for me to train him.
Yeah.
If he's doing it because his parents want me to do it, or she wants is being pushed to do it, I won't train him. Just because that kid won't last. It's all about just the dedication, the heart. Other than that, it's my job to make him better after that.
Yeah, no doubt. So, like, do you take a different approach when maybe a kid is like a sixth grader and he's hitting you up or whatever, or their parents are hitting you up? Do you have a different approach towards that kid versus a guy who's maybe like a junior in high school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sixth grader, it's a definitely different approach because that kid wants to get molded. So you catch him early. The earlier you catch him, the more you can mold him when it comes to like actual fundamentals of the game. That kid's a junior, has already had like a foundation. Most likely he already had a trainer, and he just stopped going to a trainer or their coach for different reasons. Maybe he moved to a different city. Maybe the prices was crazy. Maybe they just didn't get along or whatever. So he already has his ways. So you got to find different ways to kind of find out what that trainer or somebody already did and kind of just tune that up or just take it to another level. But in all fairness, I treat everybody the same. Whether you're a sixth grade kid or you're a 6-year pro, I'm going to challenge you mentally, and that's basically me just talking shit to the kid.
Yeah.
And like you challenge them so early to where when they get in the game, it's second nature.
For sure.
They can't hear nothing from a crowd that they won't get nervous. Hey, you're gonna miss the ball, or you can't play defense. They already heard all the shit talking from me in the practice. So the game is the easy part.
Yeah. So the youth cats. I guess my first part of the question is, how do you deal with parents? Like, how big of a part are these parents in how you train the kid?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you deal with parents who feel like they know more about ball than you do?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest.
Happens all the time, I'm sure.
I'm going to give you 2 parts to that. Some parents do know. One of my clients is Thaddeus Young, so he played 17 years in the NBA.
Yeah,
so
that
an
makes
exception
sense
to the rule. But you can tell. I mean, I'm dealing with a couple of parents now that they go to 5 games. They've been to 5 different teams, and they think they know more than the trainer. It's like, man, just relax. Let me do my job, and you do your job. But you can ask every kid that I train. At the end of the day, I make sure that they thank their parents to bring them to the session, because without their parent, there's no them. They can't come to the session. They can't be provided for. They don't have the means to even get there. So the parent plays a part in that. If they can stay in that lane, I think long term it'd be better. Just drop your kid off. You can stay in the car. You can just sit there, but make sure that that kid listens to just the coach at that moment. Just trust that coach work. If you don't, go see another coach. But I make sure I have that conversation with the parent. Just let them know, look, if you choose me, it's me and your kid. I don't want to be me, you, and the kid when it comes to like the basketball part.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of get that part the way super early.
In sports, success is not just about talent. It's about having the right tools to make every move count. That's where B1 Sports comes in. With next-level AI technology, we provide the tools so that way you can work harder, play smarter, and stay ahead of the competition. Just like a basketball team needs precise plays, you and your team need precise insights. B1 Sports combines artificial intelligence with sports science to give you all of the tools necessary so that way you can stay ahead of the competition. It all comes down to making smarter moves, being one step ahead, and having faster decision-making so that way you can win on and off the court. No matter what your game plan is, B1 Sports is your AI teammate that you can count on. Get ready to elevate your performance with data-driven AI technology that's always in your corner. Join the future of sports technology today at b1sports.com. It's time to play smarter, compete harder, and win bigger. Go to b1sports.com today.
For sure. Yeah, no, that all makes sense, man. So how did you get into training like college and pro guys? Because, I mean, that's completely different than just training a high school kid.
Man, you tell her. So after college, like I didn't go to a Division I school, but I was a top NAIA player. Like I was a top 5 NAIA player. So I was an All-American NAIA. So when I left school, I was pursuing playing pro myself. And once you in that field, you get invited to the same combines. You get invited to the same camps. You have the same agents. You have the same workouts. So I got in contact with all these pros then. So once you go to all these open runs, you get everybody's number, just like you do now in Dallas. You go to an open run, you get everybody's number for the next run. So I got to meet a lot of pros that was in like first rounds, second round NBA, a lot of G League and Euro League players, to where when I became a trainer, I circled back and used those contacts. Then when I made those first calls, like, hey, Shane, man, you back in town? We got a hoop session. Like, nah, bro, I'm actually calling because I was seeing if you need a trainer. And it's like, man, you train? It's like, why? You quit basketball? No, I didn't quit. Just right now, this is what I really want to do. Yeah. So that's how I got my first few guys, because we had the same agents. We went to the same camps, and it just worked out better that way.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, man. I mean, like, because I kind of saw it with me, too. Like, I started, like, training high school guys and stuff, but even when I was at Texas, like, I had some of my teammates would see me work out, and they'd be like, yo, Jack, like, can I hop in? And, like, dudes are older than me asking me to, like, hop into my workouts. I'm like, dude, you're the vet here. Like, what?
That's the cheat code, though. Yeah. That's the cheat code. You went to Texas. I went to college. But the best way, like you said, is just go hoop. Yeah. When you go hoop and guys see you that you can play a little bit and you actually talking to them while you're playing, it's like, man, this dude, like, has some knowledge. And that's how you get those contests you get those pros. You get those G League guys. You get those high school kids. You have to actually show them that you can do it yourself.
No doubt. In
today's market. Back in the day, you can be a guy with a beer belly out there that can teach you, but now you have to show these kids that you can at least shoot the ball, at least.
Yeah, right. Because, I mean, I imagine that you, like, especially like your college and pro guys, I imagine that you play some ones with them sometimes.
Oh, yeah. No, they still can't beat me. To this day, I'm 30. I'm not going to say my real age. I'm 30, and they still can't beat me.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So talk about some of, like, the college, like, the bigger college and pro guys that you work with, like, how you started getting in contact with them, how that relationship was developed.
Man, you'd be surprised, man. A lot of these kids have the same background as myself. Single parent home. They come from rural areas or the hood. They hungry. So those are kids I gravitate to. Like the kid in Texas that I had last summer, Courtney Ramey, is a dog. Is a straight dog. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So that was the connection we had with his dad. Ended up linking us up. But I had a lot of pros, man. My first few pros was not with guys I never thought I could even work with. But you know, it's just. You have your vets like your dad is young, but you got your young guys that's trying to make it in the league, like your Jalen Martins, who played at OTE. Yeah. Now he's with the Brooklyn Nets. You got your Donovan Williams that plays for the New York Knicks and got drafted 3 years ago. Now he's trying to make his name in the NBA. Well, 5 years ago now. And then you got Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard was a second-round draft pick and trying to find his way in the league. So I got stories from NBA vets. I got stories from NBA players. And I got stories from guys that's trying to get to the NBA. Yeah. And that's why, because that's the story that you want. You want to be a part of that guy that's trying to make it there, not the guy that's already established.
For sure. So when you take a guy who, you know, that's like they might bounce around from team to team, how do you approach? Obviously, like roles are a huge thing because, I mean, you can be the top guy in OT, you could be the top guy at your college, but then you got to go to the NBA, and it's like you might have to play cheerleader for 2 years. How do you help with like the mental side of that thing?
That's the biggest change. The biggest change is you going from the man to being just a guy, and yeah, so mentally, we work on what does that team need the most. Do they need a vocal guy? All right, we're going to be working on being very vocal, the Draymonds. Do they need a guy that defends? Well, we're going to work on some Patrick Beverly. We've got to slide these puppies and see if we can guard somebody. Do they need a shot-making guy? If you was only like a 30% shooter in college, that's not going to cut it. Let's get these shot-making to like a 40% range. If you just need a guy that's just to be the next guy to be he passing the torch to, you have to be ready for that role. Maybe they want you to come in and immediately average 20. So are you willing to do that for 82 games? Yeah. Like, it's easy to do that for a game, take 5 games off, a game, take 5 games off, but can you do that every single game for years and years and years? So everybody approach is going to be different. I kind of just, whatever team they get drafted to or get looked at by or have workouts by, we make sure we adjust by the coach history of what they like and what the roster already has on that team.
Yeah, for sure. So you got these guys, they're coming in, they're trying to figure it out. do you notice massive changes with each individual player that you work with? Do you notice massive changes in their approach to individual workouts?
For sure. I mean, you can always see it. Your vets are going to get, all the guys are going to come early. They've been there before. They're going to get stretched. They're going to have nutrition. They're going to have, some of them, they do meditation before they work out. So some of those guys, the vets, are like way more intrigued in what they're doing. They're more focused on what they're doing. The young guys, they're going to get there like 20 minutes for the workout. They're going to be bumping their music. They're going to be coming in with their homies. They got 5 or 6 homies with them, their entourage. And I like that energy too, because now you get to show them, like, don't take this for granted. We're not going to always be here. So you get 2 different feels. I preferably like the young guy because he got something to prove. Yeah. So he's walking in, it's like, man, who's next? Who's next? Who can I play one-on-one? Who can I work out with? Who's going to be the guy to rebound for me? I'll play 2-on-2 with. So the younger guys got something to prove. That's what you love and you get up for those workouts.
Yeah, no doubt. So what does a average workout for you look like?
First you come in, we're going to sit down and talk like normal guys. Before we go on that court, we're going to become somewhat friends, somewhat family, to where I got, man, what you doing today? What you doing tonight? What you did this weekend? Where you come from? Do you have kids? Do you have a wife? So we just talk about normal life the first 5-10 minutes. After that, we do our dynamic stretch. We go dynamic stretch for 10 minutes where we're working on those different joints, getting loose, getting them cold muscles out the way, and then we go straight to the ball handler. So you got your ball handler for 10 minutes, and then after your ball handler, you got your spot shooting. And then we start getting to what do you need to work on the most? Is it your left hand? Is it your right hand? Is it your floaters? Is it your jump shot? Is it your dribble is it your shot off the dribble? And then it's the last part, what they all hate was conditioning.
Yeah.
And my condition is not just running without the ball. We do everything with a basketball. So if we're doing suicides, we do it with a basketball. If we do defensive slides, you're guarding me doing defensive slides. So like we do a lot of stuff to kind of make that workout within the hour, and then you just cool down after that.
No doubt. So, okay, so you said that your workout was like an hour, right? That was one thing that I noticed was like in high school, my like individual skill session might be like 2 hours. But then when I got to Texas and we had like a skill development guy, it was 45-minute pops.
For sure. For sure. You get way more out of a player the shorter the workout is. If you can go in, like I really don't like when kids go in there like, man, I've been in the gym for 30 minutes. No, I've been there for 3 hours or 4 hours. Like, what do you do? Well, I got shots over 30 minutes, but I was just in there on my phone, filming Instagram videos, stuff like that. You didn't get nothing accomplished. But if you get a kid, you have a plan for 45 minutes or a plan for an hour, that kid's going to improve every single day. You just stacking those days together.
Yeah.
Every championship team needs reliable players, and in the kitchen, your equipment is your starting lineup. You need stainless steel solutions that perform under pressure, help you stay in the game, and finish the job. That's where Advanced Tabco's Smart Fabrication comes in. Just like a professional team trusts this MVP, you can trust Smart Fabrication to help you with all of your kitchen needs. From work tables to sinks to custom fabrications, Advanced Tabco delivers precision, durability, and excellence to help you win on every play. Whether you're running a fast food service kitchen or you're being meticulous about every detail, Smart Fabrication is built for the high stakes of food service. It's designed to help you optimize your space, maximize your workflow, and get consistent results every single time. And in a world where every second counts, there's no room for turnovers. That's why Advanced Tabco Smart Fabrication is your go-to teammate for building a kitchen that works just as hard as you do. Ready to bring home your food championship? Visit advancedtabco.com and get the equipment that helps you deliver the win.
So with the basketball specific things, what would you think the ratio between like, I don't want to say like cone drills, but ratio between getting down technique with each individual rep versus live actual reps? What do you think that ratio looks like?
You better hoop 80% of the time.
Yeah.
80% better hoop. Like you got to have some type of hoop in your workout. If you come, you got to play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or 5-on-5 runs because cones are not 6 foot.
Right.
Cones are not jumping 45 inches. That's good for changing directions for your younger guys, for your 6th graders and 7th graders and 5th graders, stuff like that. But if you got a kid that's in high school, he better have a friend or a college friend that's better than him that's going to make him improve. Yeah. Because those cones are going to set him back. It's going to make him stagnant. And you don't want nobody to be stagnant. You just want to keep playing and get better experience.
So last question I have regarding training. What does a player have to have or what does a player have to show you for them to actually work with you? Because I'm sure you don't just accept everybody.
No, for sure. I mean, the number one thing that I accept is belief. You better believe, like, that's it. You can have every other skill. You can jump the highs. You can shoot the best. You can be the fastest guy. But if you don't believe, you can become the best version of you. Your best version of you might not be LeBron. Like, well, I hate to tell you that, but nobody else is going to be that. But your best version of you can be a high school starter. The best version of you can be a college signee. The best version of you can be a coach as a pro. So the best version of you can always be something different. Just make sure you maximize you. Just believe you can maximize you.
No doubt. No doubt. So with the training stuff, that kind of gave you like this entrepreneurial mindset, which is what I want to start talking about next, because like we were talking about before, you got a couple different businesses that you run. So what does that look like?
Yeah, you have to. So if people know me and know me personally, now I'm just speaking for myself. If they know me personally as a trainer, I did a terrible job living life, a terrible job. So, but I didn't get that mindset until college. I was when I was training, I knew that's something I wanted to do, but something tragic happened for me to start my first company. My first company is called SB Fitness. So back in 2016, I get a phone call. I'm coaching. I'm actually a college coach at the time at Shorter University in Rome, Georgia. So I'm headed to the office. I get a coach my brother. I didn't answer because I'm just playing music in the car. And he called me one more time. I was like, man, what do you want? And I get a call that my brother was shot and killed. From my other brother was shot and killed. So when I found that out, I literally pulled over to the side. I think it was like a Hardee's or Captain D's. It was something like a fast food restaurant. I pulled over. I'm at the crowd for like 2 hours straight. All the coaches from the school was like, hey, man, we got meetings this morning. Where you at, man? Where you at? I never answered the phone. But I did drive. After that, I drove to the office, and I explained what happened. They kind of figured out, like, yeah, man, they just sent me home. And when I drove home, it was 4 hours from Atlanta, Georgia to Tupelo, Mississippi. I might have stopped 40 times during that drive because I was just crying, man. I couldn't get through it. But when I got there, we kind of figured out what was going on. He got shot and killed. So the next thing we do, we had to find out who killed my brother. And we hired a lawyer. Now, people know lawyers are very, very expensive. And at that time, I was very, very, very poor. And we needed some money ASAP. So I decided to start this business called SB Fitness to dedicate my brother. And what it was, SB Fitness was a way I can train kids. It was selling merchandise. It was giving back to the community to stop gun violence, to send kids to college. And it was also to set like a team. We made like an AAU team for kids. So that's what we did. We raised a lot of money to where we got these lawyers and stuff like that. And we got a real good lead detective. But to this day, we still haven't found out who killed my brother. Man. So I won't stop that business until we find that out. Yeah. As soon as we find out, I'm literally going to either sell my business or shut it down.
Man, that's a powerful story, man. Mm-hmm. No, I appreciate you like sharing that because I imagine it like takes a lot to even talk about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, but it's therapeutic, so it's very easy because it's at least one person that's gonna watch this that's going through the same thing or something worse. No doubt. You can help somebody. Why not say it?
No doubt, man. No, appreciate you sharing that. And then, so I know you were saying before you also started a clothing brand.
Yeah. So
what was that?
Yeah, SB Fitness is uniforms as well. So like I work with over 5,000 teams with schools when it comes to sports uniforms. We can make tennis, pickleball, football, baseball, track, all these uniforms. We have a factory that we own that we can make any uniform. Even the uniform you see behind you, we can duplicate anything like that. So that's the first business. And then we end up opening up a gym. The first gym was called Gym Vibes. It was like a fitness studio, kind of like an Orange Theory. Yeah. So we opened that up. The second gym we opened was Fitness Factory with the same company. And now we are on our other brand that we dropped this year called My Guy. So I'm very excited about that. That's my favorite company that I own just because it's the first thing you see. When you see somebody, the first thing you say to people was, my guy. I don't know why we say it. I don't know why everybody says it. Even when we know somebody for 10 minutes, we say, my guy. My guy. But we thought about it. We was like, that's a great business. And we trademarked that bad boy. So it's ours to own now.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So I know you got one of the
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I want to show you this, man. And we have shirts for all you all, too. So this is the My Guy brand. We have a lot of merch coming out. We got hoodies, T-shirts. We have socks. We have underwear. We have tracksuits. We have jackets. So we got a lot of stuff at the My Guy brand. So we're going to make this the most fun brand that's out there. We want to use it to, like, just to get the word out there because everybody says it, but also and later we're gonna be dropping the My Girl brand to go with it. So
got you.
Yeah, so we can touch both sexes. So
that's what's up, man. You got any last kind of parting messages?
Parting messages? No, I don't. I don't, man. No, just stay with it. Whatever you're doing, stay with it. If you're a camera guy, be the best. If you're a host, be the best. If you're the guy working fast food, be the best. Like whatever you do, man, just be the best at it. It's not that hard. Just put the work in. So just stay days.
Dude, it's been a blessing having you on, man. I know I've learned a lot. I know the guys in the studio have learned a lot. Dude, appreciate you coming on. And I know that we're going to have you on as a repeat guest.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
future,
for
man.
sure, for sure.
For
We got to, man. We got to. More stories in the future, so.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thanks, man.
Oh, yeah, no problem, bro.
Cool.
Guys, it's official. Run DFW is back in the 2025 TBT tournament that will be taking place this summer. But that's not all. Leading up to that, we have a lot of very exciting things that we're going to be rolling out for you, including our Beyond the Arc podcast, our Coach's Corner with Jake and Tebow, and other content that we will be posting on our YouTube. So make sure that you go subscribe and like all of those videos because we're going to be spamming you with the highest quality basketball content around. And if you're looking for ways that you can become interactive, be on the lookout for a fan club that we're going to be launching very soon so that way you can support us and we can give it right back at you. On top of all of that, over these next few months leading up to the tournament, we're going to be looking for ways to interact with our community and get involved with all of you guys because we want to build this fan base and we want to thank you guys for supporting us in all of the ways that you do. So on behalf of all of Run DFW, I want to thank you in all of the support that you guys provide us in building the Dallas basketball community. Stay in touch with everything going on here at Run DFW so that way we can go win this TBT in the summer.